This is the Aftermarket Radio Network.
Welcome to Speak Up Effective Communication, the show aimed at helping improve the speaking skills we rely on every day in our careers, our communities, and yes, our relationships too. I am your host, Craig O'Neill, and this is a topic I've been very eager to present. Filler words. Those overused words and phrases or sounds that are used as a crutch or that detract from the natural, smooth flow of speech. Whether you found this episode on your own or were given some candid feedback from a friend, thank you for being a Speak Up listener. I do want to encourage you to check out our other episodes and share this episode with someone you think could use improvement on this topic. If you are in that position of wanting to point something out to someone who you want to see succeed, I'll also encourage you to listen to my conversation with Chris Cloutier on feedback as a gift. And before we talk more on filler words, let's hear from our sponsors who made this episode possible. With the Institute's coaching, leave a legacy that endures, foster careers, and drive community impact. Start your journey today at wearetheinstitute.com/business-assessment. AutoFlow is your partner in technology. With AutoFlow, enhance your client interactions in a single thread before, during, and after the visit. To see how AutoFlow makes it simple, visit autoflow.com. Are you tired of juggling multiple tools to manage your auto repair shop? Say goodbye to the chaos and hello to streamlined efficiency with AutoLeap, the #1 all-in-one auto repair shop management software. With AutoLeap, you can sell more, save precious time, and delight your customers with every interaction. Your trusted companion, ShopDog Marketing, is right by your side, attracting the best customers and building long-term growth. Call ShopDog Marketing today or visit shopdogmarketing.com. Cover your communication need and revolutionize your auto repair business with AI-driven call analytics from Inbound. Explore more at callinbound.com. We are talking about filler words in phone calls, meetings, demos, pitches, speeches, or simple conversation. You'll hear filler words in nearly every interaction. The issue is most serious when it becomes habitual. It detracts from your message. The list of common English filler words includes many phrases. You'll recognize all of them and you're in good company. There's a good chance we have all used filler words like, basically, okay, just, or something, totally, by the way, well, so, At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Fillers are everywhere. Actually, right? I guess. Anyway, absolutely, honestly, or other phrases like, yeah, 100%. You hear them all over the place. What I find interesting is that fillers do differ in some languages, but several sound utterances surface regardless of the speaker's primary language. You'll hear this in people who, whether English is second language or not, doesn't matter. You'll hear uhs, tisks. Those are really common. Those tisk sounds really obnoxious, especially in a microphone. So sorry. Or just those general ahs. So what are the consequences of filler words? If someone has recommended this to you, you might be thinking, so what? I use a filler words. It's not a big deal. Everybody does them. Craig, I've heard you use them. Of course you have. All of us use them. It's very, very common. Fillers do not mean that a person is a poor speaker. Fillers also do not mean that a person is unintelligent. Fillers do not mean necessarily even that a person is unprepared for a presentation, although that will increase their likelihood. The good news is that, we're all going to do this. It is pretty natural that this occurs. Don't feel bad. It's very easy to fix. The bad news is that when you do use filler words, those things that, although you may not be a poor speaker, you may not be unintelligent, you may not be unprepared, using too many filler words will make you seem to others like all of those things. And like it or not, appearances do matter. And when a bad habit distracts others from what we have to say, I think it's worth paying attention to. I think you have to pay attention to it. I think there's a really great story on this, and the book was actually recommended to me. I think it was Kim Walker. She has her marketing podcast here on the Aftermarket Radio Network as well. The book Radical Candor by Kim Scott. And in that book, there's a great little story that she tells where she had a struggle with using the word too much. And it was a comical exchange between her and her supervisor. Her supervisor was saying she did a good job in her presentation, but you said a lot. Kim in the book is sort of brushing off the few days. Yeah, I know I have that problem. It's a nervous tick, I guess, or something else. Keeps making the hand gesture of like, okay, yeah, I realize it's an issue. Wasn't taking it super serious. So there's a quote in the book where her supervisor, Cheryl, says, "When you do that thing with your hand, I feel like you're ignoring what I'm telling you. I can see I'm going to have to be really, really direct to get through to you. You are one of the smartest people I know. But saying so much makes you sound stupid." It's like, oh boy, of course that got the attention of the author there. And I think it's a worthy example, is I think that's exactly the sort of behavior that we see on this very topic. A lot of people are aware of the fact that this has become a problem for them, but they are not necessarily committed to fix it because the results that they're getting in the conversations might be good enough, or their career's fine, who knows, or you just aren't in a situation where speaking results in the fillers all the time, and it's only in certain circumstances, and you sort of just brush off that certain circumstance as being the place where this is going to happen, and you're okay with that. Don't be okay with that. Take the feedback seriously. If someone gave you feedback to listen to this episode on this very topic, I think you have good news again. And that is, this is an easy thing to fix. It's very easy to fix. There's a couple strategies that we'll mention. You don't need a speaking coach. First and foremost, that's not necessary to get over this. Don't make it a bigger issue than it is. It takes practice like anything else. I think before you jump into how to reduce or eliminate your filler words, the first thing you need to understand is why they happen. And fillers are an indication of discomfort or anxiety. Those two things are, of course, not surprising. What helped me, and I discussed this in my previous episode on pausing, is that most commonly you will struggle with filler words if you do struggle with pausing. And this is related to a fear of losing control. Like any bad habit, filler words can't just be eliminated and then they're gone. You have to replace the bad habit with a good habit. And a good habit is the skill of pausing. That is why I did the episode on pausing before we did the episode on filler words. Looking to take your shop to the next level of quality service, team culture, and overall profitability? At the Institute, we provide personalized coaching that aligns with your goals of financial stability, excellent customer service, and employee satisfaction. Our priority is helping you establish significant and sustainable progress. We work with you to create strategies that reduce the stress of running your business, improve your quality and performance, and optimize your profitability. Experience the benefits of professional coaching by visiting wearetheinstitute.com/business-assessment. Hey friends, as you know, I'm a proud member of the AutoFlow team, and let me tell you, we've changed how business is done for auto shops everywhere. We support your client experience before, during, and after the work is done. Imagine this. Timely updates sent directly to your clients, branded digital vehicle inspections, and seamless communication from start to finish. That's why shops love AutoFlow. And hey, with those 5-star reviews rolling in, you'll wonder how you ever managed without us. Take an important next step and take your auto shop to the next level. Visit www.autoflow.com. Get on board with an AutoFlow trial. Say goodbye to the chaos and hello to streamlined efficiency with AutoLeap, the #1 all-in-one auto repair shop management software. No more headaches, no more wasted hours, just smooth operations and happy customers. But hey, don't take our word for it. Experience the magic for yourself. So what are you waiting for? Head over to autoleap.com and book a demo today. Let AutoLeap revolutionize the way you do business. Do it all with AutoLeap. AutoLeap, where efficiency meets excellence. AutoLeap is by your side every step of the way. Ready to boost your auto repair shop's success? ShopDog Marketing is here to help you. We put customers first using AI to create standout content that ranks. Harness the power of mobile first and voice search and let our expert team help you sweeten your revenue with more car count. ShopDog Marketing offers a free guide on using AI to drive more repair orders. Get your guide today and watch your auto repair shop thrive. Visit shopdogmarketing.com. Every professional auto repair shop needs a trusted communication partner. At Inbound, our established VoIP platform is backed by years of industry experience, guarantees reliable connections, and is combined with cutting-edge AI-powered analytics. We deliver actionable insights that support your business growth. With Inbound, you get more than just calls. You get a smarter, more efficient operation. Get Inbound on your team today and see how we can transform your business. Visit callinbound.com. If you're going to get rid of filler words from your, not necessarily vocabulary, but from being a habit, you're going to have to practice this. And that awareness first and the commitment to go and take care of it is going to be manifest in some form of action. My advice always, join a Toastmasters meeting, even free as a guest. I'll tell you this, when I finally got into my first meeting as a guest, a little over 5 years ago now, as a guest, you get to participate in the second half of the meeting where they do the extemporaneous speaking, a part of the meeting called table topics. You're given a random prompt. You have 1 minute to speak on that prompt. So you have to think very quickly on your feet and be able to accomplish a very generally simple speech objective in that 1 minute. Sometimes the prompts are tricky, but the thinking on your feet piece will take any speaker and stretch their skill to avoid using filler words in that thinking on your feet moment. So it's a wonderful exercise. In fact, I regard that second half of most Toastmasters meetings not only as the most fun portion of the meeting, in my opinion, but the most beneficial for practicing the muscles in your mind for this skill. Now, here's the thing. My first meeting as a guest, I heard some wonderful speakers. They were great, clean speeches. And I thought, all right, I'm going to impress them too. That's a big thing I like to do, is to be able to be impressive. A lot of us want to do that. I was shocked at the end of the meeting when the counter, it's a role in every Toastmasters meeting, the counter, that's their job. One person's job in the meeting is to literally count the filler words used by each person who speaks. It's an interesting role. I'll get more on that in a second. But when that person gave their report for me, I was very surprised to hear that they had counted several filler words in my brief 1 minute speech. I thought it was a clean speech when I was giving it. So even though you might become aware of it, even though you're observing some things, when you're actually doing something, you're not going to be as aware as the people you're speaking to. And so there is the next step, though. Not only attend a Toastmasters meeting and watch this, if you do become a member, then you can actually take the role of that counter. You have to do this for one meeting. I promise, one meeting as the counter, and you will be wrecked for weeks. You will notice fillers everywhere, including yourself. It's comical. We see a new member take the counter role. They start doing their counter report at the end of the meeting, and they begin their report with, okay, and all the things come out right there. Oh, that's like 2 things right there, they'll say. And then they start knocking the little check marks on their name as well. But the success stories I've seen are why I recommend the Toastmasters channel for this particular thing. I've had some other members, and he's been a guest on this podcast as well, Evan Wisner. Check out our episode on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. We had a wonderful conversation. Evan's such a good guy. I remember when Evan was a new member of the club. He joined not too long after I had joined. So we've really been in there a very similar time. He used more filler words than almost anybody had ever heard at that point. There were meetings, I think the counter, we don't always just say it maxes out at 5. Sometimes we actually keep counting for the members who want very real feedback. There were over 30, 35 in some cases. And another thing happens. Once you become aware of it and you start working on it and practicing pauses and reducing your filler words, you'll be surprised that sometimes a different word will fill in than the ones you used to use. For me, it became double utterances. That's another common variable, that like this, that, double utterances. Anytime you repeat that first word of a sentence, just once is fine. Move on at a comfortable pace. Keep breathing. You start to really exercise those skills, the filler words go away all by themselves. So Toastmasters is not the only way that you can fix this problem. I think phone call recordings are another great method. If this is a problem for you and your service advisor, for example, at the counter, you're working in the shop and you're recording calls, it's hard. I understand there's almost zero desire for any person I've ever met to go back and listen to a recording of oneself. But you should definitely do this. If you haven't got the time to go to a meeting and meet some great people who would absolutely become good friends looking to help you with this problem, then by all means, take advantage of recording yourself, or just get a little recorder and put that on your desk and record yourself throughout the day. It won't be the best thing to listen to on your ride home. I understand that, but it is going to be beneficial. I'd like to say this too. When I had gone to my first Toastmasters meeting and went home that night, I wrote Chris, my boss, CEO of AutoFlow, who had referred me to Toastmasters. I wrote an email thanking him for that recommendation and how amazing that meeting was. But what I did deliberately in that email, started writing the sentence deliberately, so I went to Toastmasters tonight. And I used the strike-through font and the word so. I went to Toastmasters tonight. It works just fine without that filler at the beginning of the sentence. You'll find this true in many, many, many other examples as well. So this is a simple topic, and I hope it was very insightful. Remember, instead of filler words, replace them with a nice, stately pause. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this is valuable, and thank you to all of our listeners. I want to encourage you to check out the shows from my colleagues in the Aftermarket Radio Network. There's Carm Capriato's Remarkable Results Radio, technician Matt Fonslow in Diagnosing the Aftermarket A through Z, and of course, Kim and Brian Walker's Auto Shop Marketing Podcast, CPA Hunt Demarest's Business by the Numbers. Don't forget Chris Cotton's Weekly Blitz as well. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. We'll see you next week. Remember, before you speak up, listen up. Have a good day.
You've been listening to Speak Up, Effective Communication with Craig O'Neill on the Aftermarket Radio Network. Follow Craig on your favorite podcast listening app and on his YouTube channel. Let him know what you'd like him to speak up about. Craig is all for advancing the automotive service aftermarket.